over 60 years at least that she's been dedicated to improving the arts world. It's been consistent. When you think that she has been a public school teacher, a private music teacher, a patron of the arts, a performer, an organizer of events to support the arts, a church musician, and getting to play in the White House, to developing this totally groundbreaking, innovative program for special needs.
I love music. I played the piano well, and I thought, well, I think I'll major in music. And at that time, music programs were being introduced into the local high schools, and there was a demand for teachers. And so I applied to my hometown and got the job. We had a music club called Treble Clef Music Club that's about 116 years old. When it was organized over 100 years ago, the women did not work like they do outside the home now. And music club was a big outlet for them. Well, I realized that that was pretty outdated and that we had to find our niche and do things differently.
They really started maybe planning programs that drew a larger crowd, so you would have more people attending meetings. They developed new fundraisers, and the one, I think it's Nuts for Music is what it's called, but they sell pecans, and that's been the major fundraising event for the Treble Clef Club. So they provide scholarships to ASU music students. They provide money for the Delta Symphonies. And she also is a very avid, strong, vital member of the Delta Symphony Orchestra Guild. My husband is the conductor of the orchestra, and so we greatly appreciate Pat, as he is always saying, we are both members of the Pat Qualls fan club.
And I think it's important that in a small town, we're not really that small, but we are small compared to Little Rock, that we have the opportunity to hear a first-class orchestra right in our hometown in a beautiful performing arts hall.
In the last few years, she started organizing, with the help of other members of the Guild, a series of in-home concerts where people came back to Jonesboro to sing, and most of whom donated their services for that. And these were tremendously successful fundraisers. Pat is just, it really has to do with her ability to galvanize people to help. She's able to just find the right people and put them in the place that can make a difference. And I think that that's just an amazing quality. People are so ready to join in with her on a project.
Then, about 12 years ago, I was teaching an autistic girl who was 16 at the time to play the harp. She was very low functioning. And after a year, I had the idea, because I knew of other special needs talented musicians, that one of our programs should be by special needs. And so some of the club members thought I had lost my mind. Well, what do you mean parading those kids on stage? But they went along with me, and the first program was held in 2010. We had 5 performers, about 100 people in the audience. We continued, and we discovered more and more gifted musicians. It kept getting larger and larger until the last program we had about 65 or 70 participants, and almost filled Riceland Hall, which is a performing arts center on the campus of Arkansas State University. We call it the Special Olympics for the Arts. They look forward to it. These kids have no stage fright. They walk on stage, they own the stage, they take over, and they are very professional.
But she prepared them in such a way that they were prepared for about anything that could happen. And so they weren't ever left feeling awkward or like, what do I do next? Because she'd already anticipated things that might arise. It was really just a celebration of the triumph of the human spirit. I mean, it's just an unbelievable event.
I feel like I have been called, and that calling, it just happened. Why did I want to play the harp? And then why did I move back to Jonesboro? Why did I decide to give that 16-year-old harp lessons? It was all in a plan that I didn't know a thing about, but looking in the rearview mirror, I can see it clearly now. I just feel very humbled that I was called to do this.